Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining our session. Slack is the digital HQ for incident management. My name is Logan Franey, and I focus on developer and operations solutions at Slack. And in my past days in IT, I spent time in war rooms and on the major incident management process. So let's start with an example that I see all too often in ops organizations, still doing things the old way. The first thing that happens is any number of monitoring and alerting tools let you know something is wrong. Someone in the NOC emails the on-call engineer responsible for that service, who then sends a chat to a team member who can help them investigate. But after 5 minutes, they can't figure out the root cause. So they ask the NOC to spin up a Zoom call and pull in some cloud folks, forwarding the entire team a few emails and chats to get them up to speed. Finally, a few more critical folks join and they've got the right team in place. But every new responder interrupts the call to get caught up to speed so they can help. Those same emails and some new ones are all forwarded, and the incident leader repeats the current situation and findings repeatedly. And when that incident becomes a P1, an executive and business stakeholder join and stop the call again to get the summary of the situation. This is not a happy situation. And the term war room is very well named because it causes panic, adrenaline, stress, and frustration. No one likes an incident, but there's aspects about it that cause unnecessary chaos and headaches. First is monitoring alerts and escalations are slow to get to the right people involved who need to assess the severity, but don't have the visibility across siloed systems, email threads, direct messages, or video calls. Then you have responders slowly trickling in who don't have the context they need to take action and investigate. And when you're in the middle of it, every new person who joins interrupts the conversation to get caught up and derails troubleshooting. Made even worse with major incidents, there are too many cooks in the kitchen, and you're trying to make sense of all the noise and side conversations and decisions. So finally, after you fix the problem, you have to wait until you get the team together again to do a post-mortem. Plus, the truth of it all is spread across email and Zoom recordings and instant messages and various teams. And this results in preventative measures and lessons learned taking potentially weeks to get incorporated, and your engineers getting pulled off on projects once again to spend unnecessary time debriefing your ops team. So no surprise here. All of this contributes to more wasted time, slower incident resolution, and the one that we all mutter under our breaths once it's all over, the cost of the people involved. So whether it's the chain of command style communication that's slowing things down, or the confusion of siloed teams and siloed tools working through the same issue, there's a better way. What you need is a way to centralize the communication across teams, bring a single view to your monitoring and response tools, and bring transparency to it all in a single pane of glass. So how does Slack help with this? Well, Slack is your digital HQ that brings together your teams, tools, customers, and partners into a single space to help you minimize incidents and downtime in a whole new way. First is breaking down silos through incident channels that bring people together and give everyone instant visibility and transparency to the situation. Slack Connect extends this cross-functional collaboration to vendors, partners, third-party developers, and even customers in a secure space. Next is it helps you embrace flexibility. It lets you work in real time with audio-first Slack huddles, yet it also enables asynchronous communication with other stakeholders who don't need to be involved in resolving an issue. Responders can proactively let people know when they're in an incident with Do Not Disturb mode and reduce noise with customized notifications. Finally is all around automating work. Slack has over 2,400 out-of-the-box integrations with your monitoring and incident response tools. So PagerDuty and Datadog, AWS, Dynatrace, and New Relic, just to name a few, that help you automate many of your incident management processes. And with Workflow Builder and building blocks on Slack platform, automations can be custom tailored to your specific incident management process. So at a very high level, I'll show you a few examples of what this looks like in Slack. First, you can reduce incident response times with real-time alerts from monitoring tools that can be exposed to larger channels or contain the smaller teams. Then an incident channel can be automatically spun up with on-call responders automatically invited using app integrations like the PagerDuty Slack app, incident workflows, or even simple slash commands. Next, when you're in the middle of an incident, you can mitigate the impact of incidents with instant situational awareness for new responders without interrupting the troubleshooting flow. And threads neatly organize conversations in parallel investigations to minimize noise and distractions. You can also spin up an audio-first Slack huddle in the background for when real-time discussion is required. Finally, after an incident is resolved, you can save time preventing future mistakes simply because you use an incident channel. It serves as a time-stamped audit trail of exactly what happened for a non-biased and blameless incident review, and can be archived, yet still searchable to reduce channel clutter. Additionally, ITSM incident tickets can be cross-linked to channels to maintain the source of truth across multiple teams. To summarize it all, Slack fundamentally transforms how organizations manage incidents in the modern hybrid work era. With automation and out-of-the-box integrations with your monitoring and incident response tools, Slack gets all the right people in the right place quickly. So instead of manually starting a Zoom call, waiting for someone to see an email, and hoping responders get in there quick, troubleshooting can begin literally within seconds. Once everyone's in the right place, Slack then facilitates quick issue resolution with transparent and flexible collaboration. Whereas the virtual war room is very interruptive in nature as new joiners repeatedly ask for context and situational awareness, Slack empowers those same people to get up to speed quickly with the right level of information. So instead of peeling people off the incidents to communicate, all the information stays intact and is accessible by everyone. And after the incident is resolved, Slack helps make incident reviews and postmortems painless and efficient. Since incident channels have all the conversations and decisions and actions, every detail of an incident is preserved and referenceable, essentially a time-stamped audit trail. So instead of relying on people's memories during a stressful situation or viewing hours of Zoom recordings and searching through relevant emails, you have everything you need in a single source of truth. Now you might ask, that all sounds good, but is it really worth using Slack for incident management? Spoiler alert, yes. Across 100 customers interviewed, the average mean time to detect an incident was reduced by 18%, and the average mean time to resolve incidents decreased by 17%. And if that doesn't get IT ops or engineering leaders excited, I don't know what will, because it's very easy to tie those two stats to hard dollars, both in terms of reduced downtime and impact on lost revenue and cost savings, and also the impact of time saved of all the people involved in major incidents. To conclude, here's 3 super easy tips for how to begin using Slack for modern incident management. Number 1, integrate your monitoring and observability tools with our out-of-the-box Slack app integrations to get real-time alerts in channels where your teams work. Number 2, start using incident channels to collaborate and document incidents to supplement what you already use now, which is likely a video war room with Zoom or Teams, or even a Slack huddle. And number 3, to make the most out of Slack during incidents and just in general, take conversations out of DMs and bring transparency to the group. Use threads to neatly organize information so you're not flooding the channel in the larger team. So thank you for joining the session today on how to use Slack as your digital HQ for incident management.